This is where it all starts, baby. This is the start of my new journey. So the Canada event actually happened 3 years ago. And it all started when one of my coworkers just simply said, hey, let's go for a 5K run. Little did I know that that simple run would have changed my whole perspective in life. I was never really a long distance runner, so it was a bit hard at the beginning, but I was always an active person. I played soccer, I played hockey. I even at one point I played ultimate frisbee. Like, it's actually a sport. But also, I love adrenaline. I always try to find stuff that like gets you going, you know? I remember one time before my 9 to 5 shift, I went skydiving with some friends. Like, that's how much I just love to do activities. So having that type of mentality, it kind of doesn't work when you work a 9 to 5 because you're doing the same thing over and over again. Plus I was doing school at the same time, so full-time work, full-time school. And it wasn't just work like 40 hours, it was minimum 50 hours a week. So I was getting burnt out, and then I hit a wall. Once I hit that wall, I realized like, okay, this is not what I want. I need to figure out what I want to do. So that's where I started exploring. I remember I got a 3D printer as a hobby. I was like, oh, this could be fun because whatever I could think, I could create and then print it out and have it, which I found like, what kind of technology is this? Technologia. Anyways, so I found that very interesting. But again, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do, but I was like, okay, at least I'm doing something. So I opened up an Etsy page because I realized people wanted to buy what I was creating, but I didn't put too much focus on it. I was making money, but not enough to like survive or whatever. So one of those times I was doom scrolling, I came across this Japanese way of thinking. It was called the misogi, which is basically the idea of doing something so hard and uncomfortable that it changes how you live for the rest of the year. And I was like, oh my God, that's deep. And for me, that was running a marathon. Because I told you, I'm not a long distance runner. So I was like, oh man, 42 kilometers, that's tough. Because I remember when running 5K, I was like, wow, someone give me a trophy for this. So I ended up signing up for the marathon, the Montreal Beneva one. Although I did cross that finish line, which no one could take that away from you, like that feeling of accomplishment, I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy with the time, how I performed. I ended up getting cramps. My LCL ligament, like it was cooked. It was really bad. But I was happy that I found something that I could do, because once I quit my job and I started focusing on running the marathon, trying to figure out who I am, I had so much more time to spend time with my dog, to do stuff I like running. I felt good. I was in the best shape of my life. Everything was kind of working together, piecing together. And I'm like, I know what I want to do. I want to be in the top 1% of runners. I want to qualify for the Boston Marathon. So this is why I'm starting this channel. This is why I want to do all that. And in order to do what I want to do, I need to be able to support myself. So that's where I'll show you guys how I'm going to start my business from nothing, from making 0 sales a day to God knows how much, to build an empire over here. And as well show you how I'm going to rehab my knee, how I'm going to get bigger, how I'm going to get faster, how my VO2 max, which is at 50, I'm going to get it all the way up to 70, because that's what ChatGPT said I need to have to qualify for the Boston Marathon, which is kind of scary because it said it takes like 10 years to get that high. But you know what? There's always loopholes, so we'll figure that out. So at the end of the day, this is not just about running. It's about creating a life I always wanted to. One where I start exploring. So I'll go to Ottawa with my dog. I'll start training over there. I'll start creating products. I don't know. I just doing something that makes you want to wake up and enjoy life. So this is the beginning. So this is just the intro. Next episode, we'll start. So hopefully you guys started from the beginning and give you motivation to follow what you guys want. But this is it. Let's start it, boys.